Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats immediately. Our program is about to begin. You will find your first course on the table at your seat. Please enjoy it as our program begins. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 16th Annual Friendship Public Charter Schools Teacher of the Year Awards Gala, celebrating our 26th anniversary of bringing world-class excellence in education to the children of the District of Columbia. Now here is our gala chair, the President of Operations and Business Relations for Busy Bee Janitorial and Environmental Services, Mr. Desi Bernard.
Good evening. Good evening, Friendship. I'm honored to welcome everyone to the 16th Annual Teacher of the Year Awards. Isn't this place fabulous? Thank you, Candace. We wanted to elevate the toy experience, and I think we nailed it. This year we have so much to celebrate. We've accomplished a tremendous amount academically, and we have expanded. More importantly, we're receiving the recognition we deserve from the city. That recognition is well-deserved. We continue to embrace our critical mission, the next generation's education, and we continue to do it with unmatched success. We continue to exceed in all ways of what we do at Friendship. Why? It's because of you. So I want to thank you. We all want to thank you, and that is what TOY is all about. Let's take a moment to thank the people who made this event happen. The generous sponsors listed on the screen are vital to the Friendship family. They continue to support Friendship because they genuinely believe in the Friendship mission, as do I. And we are very grateful to every one of them. Please give our sponsors a round of applause. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce a longtime friend of Friendship Public Charter Schools. Roland Martin is a journalist with a clear sense of his calling in this world. He's interviewed multiple U.S. presidents, top athletes, and Hollywood celebrities. Many have called him the voice of Black America.
You ain't gotta read all that. I don't know why he reading all that.
It's in the digital program. First of all, he was like, listen, I got to go up there. I'm nervous. I'm like, man, just relax, calm down. I'm like, pop a Benadryl, you'll be all right. So he good. So see, he was like, I ain't trying to talk long, so I'm going to save you. You good.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. There you go.
All right.
They know my damn bio. They know it. How we doing? Damn, the Spanx must be real tight. Y'all ain't clapping. Y'all, some tight color bonds. So again, how y'all doing? Man, y'all better see what happened when y'all get bougie? We leave a hotel and come out to this different venue and y'all like, nah, we not gonna clap. We just, the light opera clap. So glad to see everybody here for the 16th annual Friendship Public Charter Schools Teacher of the Year Gala. Of course, celebrating 26 years of friendship anniversary. We were trying to figure out backstage how many years I've hosted this, and it's a pain for Donald every year when I have to come up here. I purposely did not wear a black and gold outfit. Been an alpha. I didn't want to hurt his feelings, you know. And then he decided to come out here with a purple coat on, dressed like an Omega. So I don't even know what's wrong with him. So here's the deal. Not only are we here again, we are live streaming this event on my Black Star Network. So we're on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our Black Star Network app. So y'all can tell all your friends who are not here, they can watch the live stream. Just go right to the YouTube channel, the Black Star Network app. See, you can do that when you own it. I ain't got to ask nobody. So we're glad to do that. It's always great to be here celebrating folks involved in education, of course, impacting the next generation, and the amazing work of friendship is phenomenal. And so we look forward to having a great time. Teleprompter person, calm down, just breathe. I got it. I mean, they just scrolling up and down, just like we don't know where he going. But I'll pick up in a second. And so, again, celebrating education, and y'all get to have, for one time a year, to celebrate education and get drunk doing it. So if your table does not have a proper amount of champagne, let them know. They will bring it on out to the table. It's all good, and if need be, we'll have an AA meeting upstairs for anybody who got problems. All right, y'all. So again, we want to appreciate all of you for supporting, being here to support this extraordinary school. All educators as well. Prompt to wake up person. I'm talking now. I'm following you. So do me a favor, y'all. Put your hands together. Now, matter of fact, very rarely does he get a standing ovation, but we might as well stand up for him one time. He came out here. He dressed all cute and everything. The purple eggplant jacket, wore his Kappa medal around his neck. So put y'all hands together for the founder, for the chief architect, the man who believes in corporal punishment. Somebody here is going to get beat down. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all got some special music for him? Go ahead and play the music from Shaft. Put your hands together for Donald L. Hintz. Y'all can do better than that. Why this side standing up? Did y'all checks clear on this side? What we do? All right, there you go. There you go.
The script says, I appreciate Roland. Right. Good evening, friendship. Good evening, friendship. I'm concerned too, just like Roland. I am so grateful to have you here for the W. Ed Walter Teacher of the Year Award. I'm probably taking some of Pat's lines, but Ed was the treasurer of the Board of Friendship for probably 15 years. He was and is a great friend. If you've been to Tech Prep, he and his wife gave $200,000 to put that smart lab in tech prep. We like that. But I do want you to give Roland another hand. He's been with us on important occasions for so long that we feel he's a part of the family. For Roland. I don't know what was going on, but a member of the staff met me near the front door and said that the reception room was fabulous. Okay, it was. And I'm very glad that we're in this beautiful, beautiful auditorium. It has been a prominent gathering place since the building was built in 1935. And interestingly enough, that was just a few years before I was born. Anyway, but we won't say that. Tonight marks our 16th year that we're celebrating Ed's suggestion that we have a Teacher of the Year award. So we're here in this great space because you deserve great. You have proven excellence in extraordinary ways this year, and I mean extraordinary. The assessments measured our scores and our growth. Friendship has shined as the best of the best across the board. I think it's interesting when the mayor holds her events touting gains in education at Friendship schools, don't you? The park results show that Friendship is leading the way in student academic recovery post-pandemic. Friendship is DC's fastest growing public school network. We wouldn't have done any of this without you. Okay? None of it. I thank you every day for encouraging our students. It is absolutely magnificent to come into your building and see how exciting things are. Our Gala chair is our old friend, Desi Bernard. We are grateful for Desi. We're grateful for his company. We're grateful for his family. They're all integral parts of Friendship, and we thank you, Desi. I have been remiss some years in the past of not recognizing our Gala committee, and I would like to ask our Gala committee and our Gala sponsors to please stand. Can you please? We are honored that you bring so much to Teacher of the Year and continue to supporting excellence in teaching in the District of Columbia. As you all know, events like this don't just happen. I'm sure you have seen YouTube. They don't happen like this, okay? An army had to come together to get us in this fabulous auditorium. Thank you to our communications and events staff. Please, thank you. Thank you for this beautiful celebration and for helping us continue to shine. Friendship students are rising to greatness because of Friendship's outstanding teachers. 9 teachers are honored by their campuses this evening. Our nominees for Teacher of the Year, would you please stand? I'm grateful there's some diversity in this year's class. There are some men here. Thank you for bringing your best selves to Friendship and your students. Now, will all the teachers in the room please stand? Come on. Come on. Come on. You're not shy. Thank you. Also, I would like to congratulate each of our campuses for how well they are succeeding. The new Aspire framework raises the bar for all schools in the city, and Friendship exceeds those standards already. We thank our school leadership for these results. 10 Friendship schools are in the top categories. Will the leaders from each campus come up here with me and line up straight across the stage? I know how difficult that is. And when I call your name, please come up here. Friendship Armstrong, Joseph Spake. Friendship Low Pierce, Gregory Spears. As you all know, Low Pierce is the #1 elementary school in the city. Gregory came to Friendship on a recommendation, and he has proved to be a sensation. Gregory, love you, baby. This year, Low Pierce has the most significant percentage growth in the city in mathematics, period. Friendship Chamberlain, Diamond Harris. Diamond, I did not see you at the reception. Are you here, love? All right. Friendship Collegiate Academy and Collegiate Online, Dr. Peggy Jones. Where are you, Peggy? Dr. Jones could not be with us in person, but I know she's here in spirit. Friendship Ideal. Oh, Lord. I have to put up with this man. Okay. John Snowdy. This year, Friendship Ideal has the highest ELA rankings in the city. John, thank you for your relentless desire to do well. You know I appreciate it. It's time for our lunch, where you pay the bill. From Friendship Online, John Tracy Sloan. Friendship Southeast, Tracy Dow. Friendship Technology Preparatory Academy, Kunyi Booth. Friendship Woodridge International Baccalaureate School, Erica Stevens. So even though Joe Harrison is not here, he's out in Prince George's County at a meeting, believe it or not. Arkansas, I want to acknowledge, if you saw a December issue of U.S. News and World Report, Friendship Aspire Academy in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, was named the #1 charter school in the whole state.
Okay.
Thank you. Another, I think, vital contribution to our success really has been the longevity and the quality of our Board of Trustees. As a governing body of Friendship, they have been essential to our growth and our performance. Thank you for your time and talent and your ongoing commitment to our schools. Please join us in applauding our board. Can the members who are present please stand? Thank you. I think the active leadership of our school is really why we are so successful. Our leadership team enables us to provide a world-class education that prepares students for college success, careers, and futures. Please let me introduce you. Our Chief Executive Officer, Patricia Brantley. Our Chief Academic Officer, Vivica Scott Marcus. Our Deputy Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Marion Torian Dunlop. Our Chief of Schools, Mr. James Waller. Our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Catherine Sanwo. Oh, well, it's time to introduce Zach. Why do I have to do this? Our Chief Performance Officer, Zach Morford. Our Chief of External Affairs, John Glover. Our Chief Personnel Officer, Dylan Groover. Our Chief of Staff, Ken Cherry. Thank you for your unwavering dedication to lifting friendship. You know you are appreciated. We try to tell you that every single day. Our judges, in terms of selecting the Teachers of the Year, Miss Alicia Adams, Dr. Faith Hubbard, Charlene Glenn, it's extraordinary the amount of time and talent they bring to the table. I do want to say that we are missing this year someone very significant. A few weeks ago, one of our judges passed, Dr. Ramona Edelin. Dr. Edelin, as you know, had been president of the Urban Coalition. She had been head of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. She is the person who coined the phrase African American. Understand, talent was here. More than ever, friendship shines as a light that illuminates the way toward accelerating achievement and sending students to college prepared to exceed. Please give yourselves an applause. Please. All right, so a few years ago, when she was very, very young. I met her at National Council of Negro Women, and she was in this fabulous office with this great big huge desk that had to be 7 feet long. And I went in and I said, well, what do you do? Well, we've been friends ever since. She's been connected with friendship for so many years, I don't even want to count it. She is the person who led the Curriculum Development Task Force when we established Collegiate Academy. When we established Collegiate Academy, I won't say when. Our Chief Executive Officer, everyone, Ms. Patricia Brantley.
So, my friends, Donald said 16 years of Teacher of the Year, more than 25 years of friendship, 5,000 children, all of you, and one man that made it possible. Please give Mr. Hens a round of applause. Oh, friendship. I am taking in this magnificent auditorium. It brings me joy to see you in this beautiful room. I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our sponsors, judges, and the 2024 Friendship Teacher of the Year Committee for making this one of our most successful galas yet. Thank you. We entered this event with our largest crowd ever, with more sponsors than we've ever had, with wonderful elected officials, long-standing partners, and true friends here with us this evening. Now, I want to stop and take a moment to thank the chairman of DC City Council for joining us. Friendship. We have a very distinguished guest in our midst tonight, but of course he joins you, the most distinguished faculty in all of North America. But he's no stranger to our schools, as he has visited to see the good work and is a true champion for equity and public education. So I'm thrilled to announce that City Council Chairman Phil Mendelson is with us this evening. Chairman Mendelson, please stand. Thank you for joining us to celebrate DC's greatest teachers. Now listen, Friendship family. If you ever wondered whether education is important to DC City Council, just know that the chairman who is with us tonight has shown us over and over just how important schools are to our community. He understands that the lifeblood of schools is the progress and the prowess of our teachers. This chairman made it possible for every charter in the District of Columbia to raise the salaries of teachers, and through back pay and bonuses to reward teachers for the hard work of bringing children through a pandemic. Now, Chairman, I know we are in the midst of hard budget times. We thank you sincerely for your support of our teachers and schools last year, and we thank you in advance for doing all you can to protect the budgets of schools going forward. Thank you. As Chief Executive Officer of Friendship Public Charter School, my priority is always to meet the needs of our scholars, ensuring they receive the highest quality learning experiences to prepare them for college, careers, and a life of opportunity and prosperity. I am never confused about my role or your hard work. I know that what we do for scholars day in and day out is made possible because of each of you, 1,000 Friendship-strong teachers and team members. Friendship, it is my privilege to stand before you to celebrate the excellence in teaching and learning in our schools. Now, Donald stole a little bit of my thunder. Because the results are so good, of course, he had to say some of them. And I'm going to bore you just a little bit, or maybe excite you some, because I'm going to say it again. Now, I'm not here to tell you that recovery is over. I wish I could, but you know better than that. The world changed, and that change is lasting. But I want to tell you something about friendship. We guided our students through a pandemic, and with the teachers and staff here tonight, we emerged better, stronger, higher performing. So I'm going to pause for a moment and, like Donald, give you your flowers. You see, because of your talent, tenacity, and love for children, Friendship achieved the fastest student academic growth in the District of Columbia last year. You'll recall this fall when it came time for DC to announce the state results of PARCC, the state superintendent of schools, the deputy mayor for education, the DCPS chancellor of schools, and the executive director of the Public Charter School Board gathered in one place at Friendship on the sunny side of Ward 7th. Now, if that wasn't enough, a couple of months later, when OSSE released its school report card, they named 5 schools as the top middle schools in this city. 2 of them right here. Thank you, Blow Pierce. Thank you, Ideal. Now, friendships, that's not all. When top in-class results were released for early childhood programs, every Friendship campus operating an early childhood program was in the top 10% of city schools. Every one. Of 160 elementary schools and middle schools, Woodridge International is the #1 for instructional support for early childhood students. Armstrong and Ideal are in the top 5 for classroom organization. And Ideal is #1 for emotional support. So make no mistake about it. We know what the world needs to know. Children learn best when they are supported and emotionally safe, and so I'm particularly proud of that achievement. Out of 160 DC schools, Armstrong, Blow Pierce, Chamberlain, Ideal, Southeast, and Woodridge are top in class year after year after year. And Friendship Online, the largest high-performing online school that not only educates Friendship kids, but has opened its virtual classrooms to students from other schools across the district, bringing algebra to more middle schools and a broad range of arts, music, foreign language, and other electives that most schools could not offer before Friendship. Now, of course, I can't talk about schools without mentioning high school, the culmination of a Friendship education. Our high schools, Friendship Collegiate Early College Academy and Friendship Tech Prep. From Collegiate's Bold Schools recognition, I know you're here, Collegiate, all right, to Tech Prep's reputation as a top 10 school, earning visits from the Prime Minister of the UK and other dignitaries, our high schools are sending kids to college in record numbers year after year. But it's not only college. We are providing our students with what they need to be the masters of the careers that are available today and into the future. In a world that far too often tells our kids what they cannot do, we must always empower them with a world-class education that tells them you can achieve anything. And now, my favorite part, the reason we're here. Let's talk about our toys, our Teachers of the Year. Teacher of the Year nominees, when I call your name, please stand. This is your moment. Armstrong Teacher of the Year, Shantae Toulis. Ms. Toulis, in your pre-K classroom, you embrace the wonderful Reggio way, recognizing that students thrive through an exploration of ideas, imagination, and identity. We thank you. Blow Pierce, Teacher of the Year. Dominique Johnson, Coach Damo. Your remarkable drive as a global basketball athlete informs you as an educator and leader. We thank you. As you teach students in literature and language, nurture resilience and compassion, you show them what it's like to be the GOAT on the field and in the classroom. Chamberlain, Teacher of the Year. Jessica Puyo. An educator from her childhood, playing school with your sister, sparking a passion for teaching. From the Peace Corps to friendship, empowering fourth graders to make educated choices because you know every voice is important. Thank you. Collegiate Academy, Jennifer Thompson. You understand that music education goes beyond technical skills and embraces every genre. Thank you for inspiring students to develop and discover their potential, not only as artists, but as individuals. Thank you. Ideal Teacher of the Year. Brandon McCoy. Mr. McCoy, the first in your family to graduate high school and college, your journey defines possibilities. Thank you for inspiring us all. Collegiate Online Teacher of the Year, Deasia Traore. Where are you? You make history relevant and engaging, teaching students to embrace being agents of change. Every day you show us that teaching and learning can happen from everywhere. For those that say virtual learning doesn't work, I say they haven't met you yet. Thank you. Southeast Teacher of the Year, Yashika Whitmire. Now, Yashika Whitmire joins the Whitmire dynasty of educational excellence right here at Friendship. You see yourself in every student. Your pre-K class inspires curiosity, critical thinking, and motivation so that students take ownership of their learning. We thank you. Tech Prep Teacher of the Year, William Kelly. Your 11th grade advanced placement history class cultivates an appreciation of all perspectives. Building authentic relationships with the children you serve, you are inspiring them to be global change agents, and we thank you. Woodridge Teacher of the Year, Jamila Henry. You cherish your pre-K students as precious gifts and nurture their emotional and intellectual growth. You are a role model for extraordinary results. We thank you. Selecting the Friendship Teacher of the Year isn't easy. I mean, did you just see the fabulous teachers that stood before you? Can we give them all another round of applause?
am kind, resilient, and optimistic.
Are you ready? All right.
Reggio-inspired teaching and learning is a philosophy. We really see every space, every moment in every child's day as an opportunity to facilitate learning.
Reggio talks about kids having 100 languages, and her space was alive with that.
Can you twist your bodies? Yeah.
She embodies everything that friendship is about, everything that Reggio is about, everything about early childhood and learning and just pivoting in a moment based off student needs.
Miss Tulis is super nice and kind, and she's also very fun and supportive.
Teaching really offers you a place to realize a passion about connecting to a higher purpose.
She helped me understand my own child better, which I think is one of the biggest gifts a teacher can give a parent.
It's about making a commitment to seeing and affecting change in small, intentional ways every day.
When I soon became Miss Tulis' student, he was nonverbal. And so one of the biggest things that Miss Tulis did to work with him was singing songs. And that really helped kind of build his vocab.
Go Friday, ooh, go Friday.
And I feel like give him the confidence to then use those songs that he was singing and kind of translate them into words and conversation.
She inspires me with her endless belief in children and their potential.
Are you guys ready to sing for Logan J?
I hope that she really knows how much she means to families and to these students.
I love Miss Tulis. I know Miss Tulis will always be there for me, and she's my best friend.
So kind, Livy. I love this kindness machine.
All right, folks, to introduce our next finalist, please welcome to the stage the principal of Friendship Blow Pierce Elementary and Middle School, Gregory Spears.
Dominique Johnson is a shining beacon of positivity, hope, and inspiration for all of us at Friendship Blow Pierce. Her career path began as a professional basketball player. But after her rookie year, someone asked her, "What will you do when the ball stops dribbling?" Damo decided her next game would be in education. She credits friendship with developing her into the teacher we see holding court on the sunny side of Ward 7. Damo's bold attitude and passion are displayed in everything she does for our school, staff, and especially our students. Her ability to motivate and raise the energy level in any room is downright uncanny. It is through that positivity that she is not only one of the highest performing teachers in the city, but one of the most genuine and inspirational people you will ever meet, proudly carrying the moniker of the best and the baddest. Dominique Johnson is Blow Pierce's franchise player, our MVP, and our Teacher of the Year. Let's take a look.
I am the best and the baddest, and I need everyone to know that. The impact that I want to make is to change the generation that I get to mold. When they're safe with you and they trust you, they're able to expand their thinking. Cliche.
Thank you.
Ms. Johnson is everything that you would want in a teacher. She's the person that you would want your own children in front of, showing them how to be their truest selves and to love who they are and what they do.
She just pushes us to be great. She tells us every day that we can do it, and she'll push us to be our best selves.
Give me something on that. Yeah.
I call her Raj's ever parental. When she came here and Coach Damo got a hold of her, I've seen a different spark in her. She's more open. She's more confident. She has the willpower to do anything Raja puts her minds to.
Ms. Johnson, or Damo as everyone calls her, is just a total vibe. Her aura is infectious. And you could be having the worst day and you bump into Damo and you get that hug, and then all of a sudden your day is completely done a 180.
She's just like a safe space for everybody, and she gets us.
Go through it and just click, 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 click.
She's a phone call away type person. If we need her, she's there.
So my why every time I step in front of them is to make sure that I give my best to them, because they deserve it.
She took her time out to build relationships with us, and she makes class fun.
Her passion, her drive, and her willingness to change these kids and shape these kids to be better than their environment that they came from. Coach Damo is the GOAT of teachers.
Yes. Yes.
Next up, the principal of Friendship Chamberlain Elementary and Middle School, Diamond Harris.
Good evening, Friendship. Jessica Puyo is a true game changer in the halls of Friendship Chamberlain. Her dedication to her students' academic growth is exceptional. Her goal is that her students are able to do whatever they want to do in their life and be whoever they decide they want to become, because they are literate. As our fourth grade English, language, arts, and social studies teacher, Jessica deeply understands content and is committed to personalized learning. I'm very proud of the work that she's done to impact the entire campus. She is a joy to be around, from creating a winter wonderland for our elementary students to leading the Girls Running Club. She has gone above and beyond since she joined Friendship over the last few years to ensure that each student who comes through her doors receives the instruction that they need. Her superpower is her ability to move students several years beyond grade level while enriching her highest performing students in joyful and creative ways. Let's watch the video. We're so proud of you, Miss Jessica Puyo.
I am tough, I am loyal, and I am joyful.
And this text that we've been reading this week is a disagreement about what?
What I try to do in my classroom with my kids every day is inspire them to be the person that I know they can be, so that they believe that they can also be that person.
She wants to make sure that every single student is meeting their full potential. So whether that means she needs to provide intervention to close gaps, or she needs to provide enrichment for students who are already high performing, like a gifted and talented group, she is meeting her students where they are.
You can feel that she wants her students to be the best that they can be. And she's going to meet each child where they are and push them to be the best.
Lamar, what's your job?
What makes Ms. Puyo a great teacher is her personality and how she works with her students.
Like, her personality is just, like, so bubbly. That makes me, like, very excited because I'm bubbly, too. So just having a person like me is exciting.
Freedom for them, but not for me?
My fourth grader did kindergarten and first grade at home, which are very pivotal times, and learning how to read and comprehension. Ms. Puyo pushed up her sleeves and said, I got her. We're going to push her to the ends of the world when it comes to academics. And she has.
Ms. Puyo is a good teacher, actually a great teacher. Sometimes I would think of giving up, but she would always come to me and say, Quincy, you can't give up. You have to keep pushing.
It is one of the greatest honors in life to be trusted with children for 8 hours plus a day, every day for a year. And I do it because people who were in that role poured into me.
Oh, what did you think?
And they helped me to be successful, and I would like to do the same for every student who steps in my classroom.
So I need a volunteer.
Folks, welcome to the stage the hell is wrong with you? I ain't even said her name yet. to present the Teacher of the Year nominee from Friendship Collegiate Academy. Please welcome, calm down. Please welcome the 2023 Teacher of the Year, Miss Carmel Darden.
Good evening. It is an honor to stand before you to introduce Friendship Collegiate Academy, Early College High School, Teacher of the Year for 2024, my colleague and friend, Miss Jennifer Thompson. Jennifer Thompson is an inspiring music teacher, band leader, and champion of fine arts at Friendship Collegiate Academy, and is our 2024 Teacher of the Year. She uses the transformative power of the arts to enrich our scholars' lives. Her classroom is such a welcoming space that students lurk around it to be invited to come in and encouraged to try out an instrument for the first time. Inevitably, this leads to the growing numbers in our marching and performance bands at Collegiate Academy. Nothing gives her greater pride than when a scholar shares a composition, script, or art piece that they have created with her. She also works with our fine arts teachers to develop our outstanding campus performances and productions. She started at Friendship in 2013 as a guest teacher. Now she is the Fine Arts Curriculum Coordinator. She leads modeling to our scholars the potential of music careers. The great jazz musician and Mrs. T's favorite artist, John Coltrane, once said, "I want to be the force which is truly for good." The same applies to Collegiate's Teacher of the Year, my colleague and friend, Miss Jennifer Thompson. Please watch.
I am patient, confident, and velvety smooth. I motivate my students by creating a community so that they can feel comfortable.
Ms. Thompson is not only a teacher, she is a master of her craft. She's a role model, she's a mentor.
Her dedication, her love and her passion for our young people, her love and passion for the subject that she teaches inspires all of us.
Ms. T is the type of person who makes sure that you're on your A game, that you're consistent with what you do.
My favorite kind of music is jazz.
She's able to get you out of your comfort zone. She is always there for support, and she makes teaching fun.
If a student is, oh, I've always wanted to play the piano, or I've always wanted to play the drum set. Okay, well, sit behind a drum set and see what it feels like. Meeting them really where they are and having that grow.
When I started in 10th grade, it was very hard for me to speak to others. So playing the instrument has made it easier for me to communicate to others and help others.
Ms. T motivates me to achieve my goals by reminding me how great she thinks I am.
She has inspired my son to do things that I would never think thought he would want to do.
The things that make Ms. T great is her relaxed attitude.
Our students, they get up and they walk out into, DC where it's like sirens and horns, and, like everything is coming at them like hard. So, when they come in and they see me, I give them something a little different because that shouldn't be how your whole day is,
Yeah. All right. So after dinner, we will have the other nominees announced, and of course, we'll name the Teacher of the Year. But also, folks, many of you already know this. I mean, the reality is this type of event is not happening in other cities across this country. You don't see a lot of charter schools, but even public schools, you name it, actually celebrating and honor teachers, opportunity for people to get dressed up, look all good. There's all kinds of people I see here. I see Lynette. Lynette does catering for me all the time. I said, I ain't even recognize Lynette because she have an apron on. I said, you dressed up. She's like, you recognize me? I was like, nope, your hair done all up and everything. And so this is the opportunity to take pictures and stuff. But let me do this here, please. The folks are trying to serve the food, so please keep in mind, they're going to be weaving in between the tables. And so we need to have them be sure to serve everybody. And so please be mindful of that and not blocking, no throwing elbows, things along those lines. And so we'll be back. Those who are watching the live stream, we're going to be actually airing the Tenacious Teacher interviews. She actually paid me to run these interviews. She begged me, Candace Tolliver Burns. I was like, yeah, all right, fine. So if you're watching the stream, we're gonna air those packages during the dinner break. We'll come back in about 45 minutes, and so to resume the rest of the program. We might cut that short because Pat said we are not paying overtime because Donald went too long in his damn remarks. So just letting y'all know. So we'll be back. It's time for dinner. Let's eat.
Out of all the public schools in the nation's capital, in the District of Columbia, the students at your school are growing at 3 times the rate of anyone else.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Good morning, Dominique.
Good morning.
It's good to see you again.
Same.
Absolutely. We had a good conversation last time we sat down and Blow Pierce.
Absolutely. Authentic conversation.
Absolutely. Authenticity is, I hear that over and over and over again from friendship teachers. The authenticity, their full selves they bring to their job, the authenticity in terms of relationships they have with their scholars, and frankly, the real talk feedback that they give their colleagues and their leaders. So we're gonna have a little real talk, okay?
Let's have it.
All right. So early on, I really wanted to get into your why. You know, what makes you tenacious? Why did you choose a field of work, a profession that frankly isn't easy? I mean, it's a tough gig being a teacher, especially in these days and times. Coming out of COVID, classrooms, coming back in person, navigating new curriculum. You're navigating all of that. But still, when I talk to you, I hear joy, I hear passion, I hear commitment. So we're going to get into it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You gave me a little snapshot, and I'm going to read your quote. Quoting the late, great rapper and philosopher, Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
Find your purpose or you're wasting air. I believe I found my purpose. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Was there a moment? Was there a scholar? Was there a person that whenever you engaged in that moment or were with that scholar, a light bulb went off and you said, you know what? This is from me. This is what I'm meant to do.
When we talk about the journey, as Nipsey Hussle would say, right? Everything's a marathon. You don't really know that opportunity until you're like in that experience. I saw a great need. However, I went on to finish schooling at Towson, and then I ended up playing basketball professionally. And even with that, that was my purpose. I felt like when I touched the ball, I was able to get people's attention with the great things that I did on the court, but then also brought another light for the girls' basketball team, where we had a clothing drive, where my teammates and I, we had the big sister, little sister events. And so with all that being said, it all came down to this thought of education. Like, I wanted to not only capture my moves or capture the great things I did with my teammates, but when we helped those kids at the school, when I was able to set foot in the opportunity of education, I just know that there was a great need. So circling back to, I found my purpose after I played basketball overseas in Romania. I was questioned by an elderly woman. I was the only Black American on that plane. coming out of Bucharest airport. And so I guess she just wanted to know why. So she asked, why was I here? I didn't take offense to it because it was clear as day that I'm the only one of darker skin tone. And I told her I played basketball. The conversation continued. And then she said, but what if that basketball stopped?
Wow.
And that basketball stopped dribbling. And mind you, I kind of laughed like,
right.
Woman.
I'm here. I'm playing overseas. I made it to this point, and now you're saying that what if this doesn't work?
But as an athlete, at some point it will stop. But when you're in the midst of having especially your rookie season, you don't want to hear that conversation because you feel like the longevity in which you prepare for this very moment is going to continue however long. But she literally made me think about it. So I did some prayer. My brother passed away, so on the plane, I'm just writing him a letter asking him to just send me something, right? And then eventually, my assistant principal, when I was in middle school, it was about 2 weeks I came back and he said, could you work at my school?
Were you still playing ball overseas, or you had finished a season, you'd come home, and then you received this call?
So I received the call or the text message that led to the call 2 weeks after I came home. Okay. So I was still on this high of like, Mom, I made it,
right,
ordeal. But then when I had that conversation, she stopped me in my tracks. And then when I got that, when I asked my brother to send me some type of message, and then my assistant principal from middle school, mind you, I went to middle school at 11, 12 years old, which will circle back to our conversation. And he was just like, I need you. I have a starting 5, and we're always gonna go back to basketball because I literally, everything that makes Dominique as the coach, Dominique as the player, Dominique as a teacher, it circles back to the principles I've gotten playing basketball. And so I say I have a starting 5 because there's been 5 educators who've literally walked with me in my darkest moments, right, to my highest moments. And again, life goes like this. Life is never like just straight on. Right. So whether I was high or at my lowest, these 5 teachers who are now administrators still, some are still in the classroom, some are still mentoring young kids, but they never left my side. When my family was in need, or particularly if there was something that my mother needed, they were there. When I was able to play basketball at a high level in high school, they were there. When I went off to college thinking like, maybe, all right, they did their job. So now, since I was that flower bud and I bloomed to the woman that I am today, that, okay, they did their job, but again, life is a marathon, and they continue on to this day. And so when I got the phone call, I don't know why he knew that I was overseas. He knew that I reached. Right. He knew I reached the one dream that I always wanted to accomplish. But for whatever reason,
he picked up that phone and texted you.
And I couldn't resist it. So Mr. Martin, who's at Walker Mill.
Can you call his full name? Let's call his full name.
Okay. Mr. Dwayne Martin, assistant principal at Walker Mill, was my assistant principal when I was at Eisenhower Middle School in PG County. Him along with the 4 other beautiful people, they never skipped a beat. So when he called and he said, I needed you, there was no denying that phone call, especially after that lovely woman questioned my ability.
Right, that you didn't know.
That I did not know.
That ran into you at an airport.
I sat next to her.
That was some divine intervention, I think. I don't know.
She was at the window seat, I was in the middle, and there was another young lady that was beside me. So it was just like, I was literally stuck in my thoughts after that conversation. Mm-hmm. But, I couldn't deny that call when he called me.
So now you're someone's starting 5, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're running the marathon with your scholars.
Absolutely.
It doesn't stop in 7th grade, doesn't stop in 8th grade, but it's going to continue throughout their academic career.
I hope they do something new. I hope they stand up for their communities. I hope that they never let what the world says about them cloud what they feel about themselves.
Adia, finally we're sitting down for the Tenacious Teacher podcast.
Yes.
Thank you for making time for us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This is a long time coming. So this episode is all about the magic that a Tenacious Teacher creates, right? The synergy of that between art and exploration of self in Black history, because it's February. It's Black History Month. And just an editorial note about Black History Month. We really do appreciate that the nation takes a month to focus on Black history, but we know it's Black history 365 days. 365 of all. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so I vaguely remember my experience at elementary school at the art. I had some cardboard, I had some markers, maybe a little glue, some clay, but clearly my teacher was not called an artillerista. Right. So tell me, what in the world does that mean?
So I have the coolest job in all of the world. I'm an art teacher in a lot of ways, but I like to consider myself more of a language teacher, and we delve in the language of materials, right? So we do a lot of process art, we do a lot of thinking routines, a lot of exploration, less we're gonna paint a sunflower, more how can we move this paint to do whatever we want it to do at any given moment? So I work in tandem with the teachers, but once the kids get really good at a language, then when they go into their classrooms and they're doing projects, they could say, oh, I know I want to use wire because I've already explored wire, right? So I know that if I'm making a snake, maybe instead of Play-Doh, maybe wire is what I want to use because I can move it how I want to move it. So we do all of that sort of language building in the art studio or the atelier.
So let's take a step back. But this isn't your average art teacher, So what's the difference between what you do and what, let's say, a kid is accustomed to doing in that hour or so that's devoted to art? And then let us know, how did you become this?
In a more traditional art class, you would maybe be making a turkey, like a hand-prayed turkey.
Right.
I remember these. Now, if you, especially in pre-K, right? You're making a more we're going to put our hand in paint, we're going to stick it, we're going to turn
it's paper plates.
Yeah, we're going to do it. Right. But in the atelier, if we were going to study turkeys, then we would think about what makes a good feather, right? And what makes a turkey? Why isn't a chicken a turkey? We would start thinking about why humans are turkeys and what makes us different. And then what materials we could use to make a feather and what materials we could use to make whatever this gobble gobble thing is on a turkey, right? So we do a lot of close looking. I think what I'm able to do that other art teachers aren't is that I have the time, right? To be fair, they don't have the same amount of time that I have. I don't take all the kids at once. I take half a class at once. And part of that is so we have the time to really think and wonder about what it is we want to make. Yeah.
I have so many questions.
Yes.
Okay. So first you said an atelier.
Yes.
What is that?
Okay.
For those who are not familiar. And then secondly, did you always want this job? What was your journey to being an atelierista?
An atelier is a workshop. Basically, it's a French word for workshop. And it's a workshop for artisans. You see it a lot in fashion. But what we do in there is it's really just a workshop for the kids, just a workshop for materials.
Only for pre-K kids. Yeah. So that's ages 3 and 4.
Yep.
Okay. And so how did you land this job? What's your journey?
My journey. I was a Reggio classroom teacher before Friendship took over the school that I was at. And when we came here, all of us didn't get to come. And our old director said, I want you to be the atelierista. And I said, why? why do you want that? And she said, I watch what you do every day, and you were made for this job. She said, you are a wonderful teacher, but in creating wonder and spaces where children can really, really, really explore and be free, she was like, you're the only person I know that can do it. And it's been years of me trying new things, years of trying to find the balance of what works for me. Because at the end of the day, like, I have to also feel safe. And so what works for me and what I'm willing to like let them do and what they're willing to let me do. And so the kids and I have been working on this balance since I started here.
So I'm really intrigued, but you said the balance, right? So I have to be comfortable with the amount of freedom that I give the kids, and then it has to work for me and work for them. What does that mean?
So this is a question that we grapple with. And I think part of the Reggio Emilia philosophy is that the biggest part of it is that we believe that children are capable. They innately come in with everything they need. And so I'm not pouring into them. They already have it. I'm just guiding them so they can bring out what's best in themselves, but I'm not giving them anything that they don't already have. And so because of that, I had to really think about, if a child says to me, Miss Adia, I want to draw on the table, I want to sit on the table and draw, I can either say no, or I can say, yes, we can do this with parameters, but I have to think about how much is my thought about school, how much is my thought about what an art studio looks like, and how much is really me honoring the fact that they are capable. And if I believe that they're capable, then I have to act that way, even if there's tension with what I know, right, and what I feel. And that has been a really tricky place to navigate, but it's been the best place to navigate. And I think it's made me so much better. And it's made our time together so much better, because I let them, like, if they can safely do it, then we do it.
So that's a tricky space, you know, especially in public schools. This sounds like it's structure, but it's driven by, you know, creativity and freedom, and just really kind of going where the child is leading you. Is that accurate?
Yes. So there are definitely rules. I think there is a sort of misconception that it's just a free-for-all, but we can't do this work if we don't have some sort of parameters, right? So my rules are we're kind to each other. We don't give up on ourselves. We encourage each other. We're kind to materials, and we embrace our mistakes, right? And those rules look different in how they show up. But if we don't have those rules, then it's just chaos. And so it's not a chaos sort of thing. It may look like chaos sometimes. It's a very controlled chaos.
Interesting, because there's this kind of stream of thought. Are you playing or are you learning, right? And so, you know, if you just kind of look at the stage or the kind of the environment that public education is in right now, there's just hyper focus on student outcomes and academic expectations. And so, you know, students and schools are really graded by how well they're doing on these assessments. Now, I know pre-K4, pre-K3, you know, they're excluded from standardized testing. However, kind of this emphasis is kind of trickled down in some places to these kind of, you know, fundamental grading. What are some of those, I would say, kind of embedded structures, kind of the science of the Reggio Emilia philosophy that are embedded in what your kids are doing every day? How is what you're doing in that art studio preparing them for kindergarten, for first grade, for second grade?
I think in the art studio and in our Reggio inspired classrooms, one of the things that we are teaching our kids to be researchers. And we do that through allowing them to make their own mistakes and figure out why something works, how something works. We're taking things apart. We're testing hypotheses all the time. We were making planets once, and someone wanted to make Neptune, and they said, Neptune is blue. This idea, I want to make it out of blue M&Ms. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be weird and messy, but
they can choose their material.
They can choose their material. So I'm like, okay, we're going to do blue M&Ms. They got a hot glue gun. M&Ms are melting everywhere.
Oh my God.
Everywhere. There's just chocolate.
No one's trying to eat the M&Ms.
No one's trying to. They're not trying to. They're gluing the things down, right? But because it's chocolate, it's melting.
Right.
And I knew it was going to melt. I knew it wasn't going to stay, but I let him figure out like why that wasn't going to work. And so he looks at me and he says, this isn't working. I think the chocolate is too soft for this to work. I need a different material, right? And so we allow the kids the space we set up spaces so that they can critically decide what works for them and what doesn't. And I think those are the kind of skills that you do better on a standardized test if you can critically think, right? Like you do better in the world if you can weigh your options, even if you make a choice that even after you weigh your options isn't great, at least we know you thought about it first. At least we know you had like some deep deciding going on there. And so I hope that's the best thing that we do for them. I hope that we leave them with this love of learning and that we leave them with this knowledge that like they are researchers, they are thinkers, they are doers, they're makers. And yeah.
Okay, so can we get into some magic?
Yes.
So that's okay. So we got to get into the magic, right? The magic that, frankly, is you and this studio. So one of the reasons why I just had to have you come on this podcast. I was at Friendship Public Charter School, Friendship Armstrong campus. You had on fairy wings. You had on a crown that was adorned with Laura and Trana. I was my, 4-year-old, 5-year-old self. Okay, so tell me, why did you choose to be a fairy? How did all that come about? And how is that connected to the learning process?
So that came because the children were looking for treasures. And I needed them to understand that treasures are a lot of different things, right? It's not just something that you bought or something that someone gave you. Like, treasures are hidden things. They're secret things. They're things that, I'm like looking on the floor. No, I'm looking for treasures because I'm always looking for treasures. But one of the kids said something about a fairy, and I came in the next day. I decided, I ordered all this stuff from Amazon, and I decorated the ceiling, and I had flowers hanging, and I got wings. The lights are out. There's flora hanging. Mm-hmm. There's twinkle lights on. Mm-hmm. There's sparkly music in the background. I have 2 different screens projecting imagery of forests, and there's a note on the wall. And in my best handwriting, my best fairy handwriting, and it said, my best fairy handwriting, and it said, "Dear children, I met Miss Adia, and I'm a fairy, and she told me you were looking for treasure. And I wanted to tell you guys how to find the best treasure, because fairies are obviously really good at finding treasure." And so that's what the note said. It said, look for the things that other people overlook.
I love that. Because there's treasure everywhere. Right. And there's treasure in the small things, the everyday things.
That's where the best treasures are, right? It's the stuff that's hiding in plain sight.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. And so then I walked around with wings on, looking for treasure with the children. Found bottle caps. We found the ends of that broken pencils.
And what did they say they were?
Oh, we kept them. So we have collections in my space, that they're every time they find something, and they're we're making this collection. We each have our own collection of treasures. And they're just really pointing out things that that they think are amazing.
So, but what, in your mind, what does all this mean? There's a curiosity part to it, right?
There's a curiosity.
There's this idea that, you should be curious, you should be explorers, right? But then is there a process that you're trying to impart? I'm thinking about it.
I think that's fair. I think what I want them to do is I want them to never overlook anything. Right? I don't want them to overlook anyone or anything, right? And just because things don't fit into the way that we're taught they should fit into doesn't mean that they don't have value, right? And I need them to understand that. So maybe it's a broken pencil to me, but to someone, maybe it's the antenna on a dog that they make, or an alien dog, or I don't know, whatever it is. It could be a phone. It could be anything, right? Okay. It could turn into, I don't even know, hopefully something that doesn't even exist yet. Because I also want them to understand that everything that we know, someone had to figure it out, right? And everything that we see around us, it wasn't always there. Someone made it. And so I want them to be innovators. And I think that's also part of what this like uncovering is. Like we're uncovering these parts of ourselves, but nothing gets overlooked. Everything has value.
So speaking of uncovering things and finding these hidden gems about ourselves, you work in a really incredible space that's rooted in Black history. So I was really just excited to find out, did not know that one of the world's revered artists, Alma Thomas, walked the halls of your school and really discovered her early love for art. In fact, I had a piece with the Washington Post. In her words, she said when she walked into the Armstrong School and walked into that art studio, she said it felt like heaven. How does working in this historic space inspire you? And then how do you help your students reflect on just kind of the meaning of Black art and the impact of Black art?
I try my hardest to really, I think there's who we all know, right? There's the people we all know. There's the artists we all know. And I think there are elements of our history that we don't know as much about, or the narrative around them is very much not what they were about. And I think the Black Panther Party for self-defense is one of those pieces of our history that is like that. So we were eating we were eating breakfast, and I told them, I said, did you know that we get breakfast for free every day, thanks to the Black Panther Party for self-defense? They were feeding children in Oakland. They were giving them lunch. They were giving them groceries. They were setting up health clinics and all of those things that we have now. So breakfast in school, right? That came from them. WIC, that came from them. That came from initiatives that they had started. But I needed the kids to know that, like, we take care of ourselves. Like, we take care of our community. We keep us safe. We keep us healthy. We keep us committed. And we have to do that in the face of the world.
Did you amplify those words with images? Or if you're sitting around having breakfast, describe your classroom. I know there's stools, and you guys are sitting on the stools and you're having breakfast, and we're talking about, then you're making the connection between something as simple and routine as kind of a morning bite to this really influential and transformative chapter in American history. So how did that did it take a visual?
It did. So in the classroom that I was in that morning, eating with them, we set up dramatic play to be a free health clinic, right? We showed them pictures, we showed them imagery of the Black Panther Party. There's always like a grounding in the imagery, if we can find it, of the time. Nothing is like just made up off of our heads. Like, so we show them the historical images, and we did like I See, I Think, I Wonder, and they talked about what they saw, what they thought was happening. The other kids who were helping them like had like black berets on, right? Like they looked like the Black Panther Party. It was really a wonderful, wonderful time.
So you've got two pieces of work by your students right behind you over your shoulder. And I'm thinking about I See, I Think, I Wonder. Can you talk a little bit about the art pieces behind you?
The one with the hair over here, the big black cloud of lovely, that was definitely I See, I Think, I Wonder. And we were looking at the work of Lorna Simpson. And she has these really great collages where she cuts out, she uses like imagery from like old Jet magazines and stuff, and she cuts out the faces, and then she watercolors the hair. You can go look her up, it's stunning. She did Rihanna for Essence, amazing. And so that was what we were thinking about, because the hair is like watercolored, right? So it's giving watery, it's giving ethereal. Yeah, it's all of it.
It's giving magnetic.
And so this picture of the hair is after doing the I See, I Think, I Wonder of Lorna Simpson. Lorna Simpson.
And so is she saying, who is she channeling?
So she was telling me that her hair had all of this power, right? And this is her hair. Power, right? This is her magical hair.
Right.
With its power. And the viewer has to figure some things out for themselves.
I can't give it all up to you. You have to ensure that I think I see I won.
Yes,
I love it.
exactly.
I love it. So
and the other one was more of a process art.
Okay.
So there was
What is process art?
So process art is really just, we make things not to have a finished product. We make things to explore. And so the kids know that a lot of times what we do at the end of a class, you're not going to keep, right? We're going to make it. We're going to make it until we push the material to the
become
limit.
something.
Till it becomes something, and then it becomes something we don't want, right? So there's like this like really sweet spot in the middle where I'm like, do you want to stop? And they're like, no. And then it just turns into like a puddle of something. Sometimes you get this behind me. Sometimes you get a puddle, but all of it teaches us something, right? So this kid, I'm pretty sure learned, right, that like when you use the brush a certain way and there's not enough paint on it, you can see like where the strokes are very like, some of them are really thin, some of them are thicker. And that was really the whole experience. And that's all we needed from that experience. Sometimes we just learn things just to learn them, not to keep them.
Adia, I love the fact that in your studio, learning is magic. Learning is freedom. Learning is affirmation of self. So tell me, you're in this business because you love kids and you're creative at heart. What are your hopes for your students?
I really hope that they change the world, and not in the way that like I hope they do something new that's never existed yet. I hope they stand up for their communities. I hope they stay rooted in their communities no matter where they go. I hope that they stay thinkers and readers and doers and makers. I really, really, really hope they stay makers. Oh, I hope they keep making things for the joy of making things. It makes me very sad when kids tell me that they can't do a thing. And I hope that they never let what the world says about them cloud what they feel about themselves.
Listen, thank you so much for being tenacious. Thank you so much for being incredible. Thank you so much for being magic personified. We need more teachers like you in classrooms across this country. Keep changing what education looks like. Keep inspiring our babies. Thank you. Thank you for having me up.
Folks, I'm Roland Martin, and welcome to this special edition of News One Now. There's no more fundamental issue to African Americans than education. Over the next hour, we will highlight 5 public charter schools and the extraordinary African American educators who have founded them. This, folks, is about Black excellence and Black success. African Americans controlling the education and the economics in our communities. Now, I did this project as a part of me and my wife's School Choice is the Black Choice initiative with assistance from the Walton Family Foundation. This matters to us deeply because if we don't stand up for the education of Black children, we can't expect anyone else to. For a long time, Black folks had no choice when it came to education because we were denied the right to read and write during slavery. After the Civil War, freed slaves had no choice but to start their own schools because we were still denied the right to an education. Until the end of the 20th century, we had no choice but to be stuck in segregated and substandard schools. But today we do have a choice. The choice African American educators and entrepreneurs are making is once again starting and running our own schools to educate our children. And these are some of the best public charter schools in America.
School Choice All-Stars celebrates these men and women who are literally changing the course of our history and showing the rest of the world how it's done.
We talked about starting our first note on.
Today's School Choice All-Star is Yetta Lewis, co-founder and chief executive officer of Gestalt Community Schools, a charter management organization with 6 schools and serving more than 2,000 students in grades K through 12 in Memphis, Tennessee.
We serve 100% Black and Brown students. Over 75% of our students are economically disadvantaged. And we believe the secret sauce is that it is a community effort. You know, it's a cliche that it takes a village, but we really are making that happen, that Gestalt is a village, that the parents' voice matters, the scholars' voice matters.
My name is Kennedy Tuggle. I'm a graduate from Power Center Academy High School. I attend Rhodes College. Being in a low-income community, you don't expect your teachers to care for you mentally, financially, or just caring for you as, you know, as a human being. And that's what the Gestalt teachers did. They made sure I was mentally okay to learn, and that was the first step in me wanting to.
All right. Y'all get all y'all photos? Everybody good? But yeah, I got a bunch of dark photos too. It turned lights up. That's why I brought my own flashlight. All right. Now, folks, before the dinner, with the opportunity to meet 4 of our 2024 Teacher of the Year finalists. Now, to introduce our first video finalist for the second batch, please welcome to the stage the principal of Friendship Ideal Elementary and Middle School, John Snowdy.
Every day at Friendship Ideal, our campus sees the passion and devotion Brandon McCoy gives to our scholars. He does everything you can ask for in a teacher. He is a professional. He sets a positive example for staff and provides top-tier instruction that builds the exceptional reading and writing skills for our middle schoolers. In fact, with his students' strong park performance, Friendship Ideal had the highest middle school ELA growth in Washington, D.C. Just as importantly for our campus, he coordinates our after-school programs, which is not an easy feat. But he does it with ease, managing many clubs, coordinating facilitators, parents, and taking attendance daily. And most importantly, he brings everyone their snacks. We don't have hangry warriors at Friendship Ideal. Mrs. Brantley often says that what happened at Ideal last year is a true Cinderella story. And every good story has a star. At Friendship Ideal, our star is Mr. Brandon McCoy. Please watch the screen.
I am confident, I am consistent, and I am the real McCoy. When I look at my scholars, I see myself in them because I was in their seat. Being a role model for them shows them what they are capable of doing. I was the first person in my entire family to graduate high school. Moving on, I was the first one to obviously go to college, and right now I'm finishing my grad school.
He's an amazing instructor. He's a good person. He brings character, responsibility. He brings his heart to the classroom. The kids love him.
Pilots who served our country. Mr. McCoy is a great teacher because he's able to identify what each student needs individually so they can become a better writer and a better person.
He helps everyone make sure that we're all on the same level. I make sure I'm the best of my ability that I can be.
When I made that pact to become a teacher, I knew that I needed to reach the youth who look just like me, to show them that, you know, even if you're a black male, you can go to high school, you can graduate high school, you can go to college, you can get your master's degree, you can raise a family.
He is a positive influence on my son. When my son looks at him, he's looking at himself in the future. I want him to be that type of man when they get older.
His approach to teaching is he wants to prepare our students with the skills they need for life.
I'm going to hold them to a high standard because they matter.
Was coming to school tomorrow to tell all about his year.
He holds me accountable whenever he feels like I'm not doing my best.
When I go into his class, I feel like I'm ready to learn and how it's going to be a fun day. Mr. McCoy is helpful, patient, and he's my favorite ELA teacher that I have ever had.
All right, folks. Our next presenter is so happy to be here because all she does is stare at a computer screen. So for her to actually see real people, she's so happy to be here. Put your hands together for the resident director of the Friendship Online Academy, Miss Kelly Zashevsky. Kelly. I think Kelly cold too with his leather jacket on. Come on.
A good teacher has never steered anyone wrong, said a scholar of Diesa Traore, Friendship Online Academy's first Teacher of the Year. As resident Academy Director, I've witnessed Ms. Traore's profound influence over our virtual space. Not only has she used her innovative approach to virtual learning and teaching history to our 9th and 10th graders, but we also celebrate her success last year as an ELA instructor. She seamlessly blends technology with personal interactions to foster a learning environment for over 100 scholars that is as inclusive as it is effective. She ensures everyone in the Zoom room is seen and heard and receives a transformative education. To be a successful online instructor and have successful scholars, you have to be one of the best. And Diesa Traore is by far the best of us at Friendship Online Academy. And here's our video.
I am diligent, I am dedicated, I am resilient. Happy Friday. Y'all feeling good?
I'm good.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm feeling great. I'm really big on envisioning what you want for your life, and I encourage my scholars to have that same attitude. I encourage them to think on what they want, to speak it, and then make decisions that help that come to fruition.
I just wanted to say I agree with Oliver.
She brings all kinds of different things into the classroom because we are virtual.
A great day in my class is when we have conversations about historical topics that are hard conversations, but they do it with ease.
People will do a lot to get what they want, even if it requires war.
She wants to be engaged with you, and the scholars feel that. And online, that's really important to have that ability. She makes sure that everyone has a voice.
The schools of thought. Okay, Serenity, I saw your hand raised first. I did wonder how the experience was going to be, but I feel the same way as I did in the brick and mortar. My scholars were really connected, and we do have personal relationships. Thank you, Tati. Thank you, Brooklyn.
I've known Ms. Traore since the 5th grade, and over time, she has been one of the best teachers ever.
He's able to ask more questions, and even to reach out to her online or either text her or email her, and she's able to reach back out faster.
The reason she's a great teacher is because she's super engaging.
So I really do encourage them to take their education seriously, because what they have to say does matter.
It's just human nature for people to agree and to disagree.
She makes others want to do better. Having a colleague that works like that for friendship makes me feel like we're doing the right thing.
I just want to say she is a blessing to have, and if I have a history teacher for life, it would be her.
All right, thank you all.
All right. Next up, the principal of Friendship Southeast Elementary and Middle School. And if anybody got an extra shawl, she called Tracy Dow.
Good
evening, Friendship and esteemed guests. I have the proud honor to introduce Friendship Southeast Academy's Teacher of the Year. Every day when I conduct afternoon dismissal, 10 feet from Ms. Whitmire's classroom, I witness pure joy at Friendship Southeast. Seeing scholars, especially older scholars, excitedly run into her room after dismissal to hug her, share about their day, and just say hello is a joy. Ms. Whitmire truly makes a lasting imprint on the lives of her scholars. Her classroom is the epitome of excellence. 85% of Ms. Whitmire's scholars meet or exceed benchmark goals in both literacy and math. She's the team lead for our pre-K 4 grade level and one of our Girl Scout leaders. Ms. Whitmire pushes herself to be a great leader and teacher and models the value of hard work, dedication, and kindness. She is a true champion for the scholars and families of Southeast Academy. If you've been around Southeast long enough, you know that everyone admires how Ms. Whitmire brings a pure balance of teaching and fun to everything she does. You'll see exactly what I mean when you watch the video.
I am dedicated, loyal, and passionate about education. A successful day for me is my scholars coming in with smiles and leaving with smiles. It's a lot of excitement.
Her classroom is a space of joy. When you go in, you know, her kids are happy and they're excited about being in the spaces.
I really like Miss Whitmire. We learn new words and how to count.
She has a very nurturing approach to teaching. She is there for the students. She has that motherly love effect.
Ms. Whitmire inspires me in a way where I'm encouraging my children every day that the sky's the limit. They can do whatever they want to. They can accomplish and be whatever it is that they want to be.
And it always speaks volumes for educators who have kids and parents that want to come back to the space because they have enjoyed the experience so much.
Good job, Kaden. Everybody say good job.
It was a privilege for me to have her teach my oldest son. And when my youngest son was placed in her class as well, it just reassured me that I knew that he would be left in great hands.
She sets high expectations for kids even at 4 years old because we know that they are sponges and capable of just so much.
She taught me how to do science experiments, how to read books, how to sound out words, and she's just lovely.
I have scholars that are in the 6th grade now, and it's such a reward to see them every day become more and more of who they are. What impact I want to make in this world, I want my children to come back and say, I remember you. You played a big role in my life.
2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job, friends. I love it.
All right. All right. Donna, I don't know where y'all get this next principle from. I was at the NBA All-Star game. She gonna walk up to me, look, if you're gonna be emceeing the program again, I'm gonna need you to get my name right. Cause you ain't pronounced my name right. I was like, okay, Kanye. So introducing the principal of Friendship Technology Preparatory Academy, Kune Booth.
William Kelly is that rare gift of a history teacher who makes the subject understandable, tangible, and meaningful for our scholars at Friendship Tech Prep Academy. He incorporates contemporary topics in his classroom and ensures students make connections between the past and present through evidence-based writing. Not only is Mr. Kelly an exceptional teacher, but he also serves as a mentor supporting novice teachers, and he leads the study hall sessions for our championship varsity boys basketball team. His positive attitude has a significant impact at Tech Prep. If you're feeling down or need support, see Mr. Kelly, because one of his greatest strengths is his ability to connect with others. He instills a sense of pride in the school community and inspires all of us, especially our scholars, to drive for excellence, never sweat the small stuff, and work together to do better. Here's the video.
I am confident, I am consistent, and I am positive. All right, good people, how we doing today? All right. We ready to get going? The impact that I want from all of my students is for them to, grow into successful people. I think just having a positive impact on a daily basis can, really change someone's life path.
He has a major impact in the building. I promise you, if you are feeling down, you can go see Mr. Kelly and he will put a huge smile on your face.
My students, they always ask, do you ever not smile, Mr. Kelly? And I'm like, no, I don't. I usually am always smiling. But it's like, why wouldn't I smile? I want them to feel like I care about them and I want to be there with them.
He inspires and motivates these kids every day. Mr. Kelly has an uncanny ability to reach out youth here. He gives them the hope every day to commit to excellence.
He pushes his students to do their best. And, whether it's a smile or a fist bump or a handshake in a hallway, he really just invites you into a welcoming environment.
Mr. Kelly is a great listener. I know I go to him all the time. For us to be able to just chat with him when we want to and just talk to him, it's just always an opportunity to learn and grow.
What inspires me to teach is the ability to connect to my students and allow them to become individual critical thinkers. My job is to help these students, help them improve, help them get better. Giving students that chance to say, I can and I will.
Mr. Kelly really just helps students remember that it's going to be okay if you fall, because you can get back up again and that you can excel past high school.
He motivates me to just stay on top of my stuff all the time.
And that's why my role as history teacher is so important, because I'm informing my students on how to actually make those decisions and help make every day a little bit better for all people.
Bye, Kanye. All right. Please welcome the principal in our last video, y'all, the principal of Friendship Woodridge International Baccalaureate, elementary and middle. She got the longest title out of all these schools. Come on up, Erica Stevens.
Good evening. For nearly 2 decades, Jamila Henry has been a beacon of inspiration at Friendship Woodridge International Baccalaureate, igniting flames of learning in our youngest scholars. As a pre-K3 teacher, she transforms her classroom into a haven of academic excellence, self-discovery, unbridled curiosity, setting a standard of unparalleled excellence at Woodridge International Baccalaureate, where eagles truly soar. Miss Henry's dedication to her students knows no bounds. With exceptional scores that surpass national targets, she creates an environment where every child can flourish, laying the groundwork for academic brilliance in early childhood educational classes across the District of Columbia. Beyond her exceptional teaching skills, Ms. Henry possesses a rare gift for nurturing inclusivity and authenticity within her classroom community. Her impact extends far beyond the walls of her classroom, enriching lives of fellow educators, parents, and caregivers alike. In every sense of the word, Ms. Henry epitomizes the essence of a dynamic educator. Please watch our video to see how. Thank you.
I am welcoming, I am warm, and I am a lifelong learner.
Good morning! Good morning, Jungle friends. Welcome to our Jungle Party.
My students, I kind of liken them to little presents. You never quite know what you're going to get, but you're going to open them. In the end, you're going to have this present, this gift, this wonderful thing that's worth celebrating.
Miss Henry's calm demeanor makes everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. It makes everyone feel safe. Her scholars are empowered to do great and phenomenal and magnificent things at just 3 years old.
Miss Henry's nice to me, and she helped me when I was scared, and she helped me learn my letter sounds, and she helped me write my name, and she makes me smile, and she makes me really happy.
I believe that I am a voice for all parents and all students.
Miss Henry have a special place in our heart because we have 3 kids, but Rosanna, she is a special needs child.
I think it's important to be a voice for them and an advocate.
I see the changes. Because of that, our child is now much better than a year ago.
I have this big desire to make sure that, especially the young learners, that they're ready for what life has to throw at them.
She is amazing, and she is somebody that you can rely on. She is somebody that you would say, like, my daughter is with Miss Henry, so she's fine, she's safe.
She has helped me learn a lot of life lessons. You could tell by the way she treats her kids, how she talks to them. She's just like a very loving and caring person. And I just feel like she just is a very important person. I would not be this person I am today if I didn't have her in my life.
She's the best teacher.
All right, it's that time, y'all. Put your hands together. Donald Hintz, Pat Brantley, Mr. Bernard, come on up. We're going to pick the winner, y'all. Y'all can do better than that. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. While Donald, Pat, Mr. Barr, come on up. Give a shout out, y'all, to the oldest elementary school students, the Kappa table sitting over here. All of them. Not one of them finished high school. Not one of them. They so happy for Friendship Online School. Not one of them. I don't know where y'all at. Shout out to, I ran to an Omega out there, belong to a youth group. Good seeing you. I saw you as well. Where are my alphas at? There you go. That's the highest IQ brothers in the room. All right. Donald, Pat, where y'all at? We waiting. So we backstage, and I asked them, I said, where's the trophy? They're like, you got the trophy? You got the trophy? I'm like, look, I don't care the trophy. So, Pat, we got a trophy?
I have a check.
Oh, we got checks. Oh, damn that trophy.
So, to move our program forward, I would like to announce the finalists for this year's W. Ed Walter Teacher of the Year Award. From Friendship Armstrong. Finalist, Shante Toulouse. From Friendship Blow Pierce, finalist, Dominique Johnson. From Friendship Chamberlain, finalist, Jessica Hugo. From Friendship Collegiate Academy, Jennifer Thompson. From Friendship Ideal, Brandon McCoy. From Friendship Southeast, finalist, Yashika Whitmire. From Friendship Tech Prep, finalist, William Kelly. From Friendship International Baccalaureate, finalist, Jamila Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Patricia Brantley.
Friends, can we give each and every person standing on the stage a round of applause? I am really so excited to make this announcement. Now, not to add to the drama, but they don't tell me who wins in advance because they don't want me, running around your table acting crazy. So I'm going to need someone to come whisper it in my ear. Catherine Samuel? All right. It is now my honor to announce the 2024 W. Edward Walter Excellence in Teaching Award. The Friendship Teacher of the Year is a teacher of excellence. I know, I'm sorry. A teacher that we all can look up to. A teacher who shows what it means to give your all every day to the children and staff of the District of Columbia. Congratulations, Brandon McCoy.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank every single teacher up here, so please give it up for every single teacher that we have here at Friendship Public Charter School. This is an amazing honor. First and foremost, I would like Donald Hentz for his leadership. Please give it up for Donald Hentz for his amazing leadership here. Patricia Brantley for your outstanding leadership in this public charter school. You are an exemplary leader. We are very appreciative of you, very much so. Yes. This is a humbling honor, obviously, but first and foremost, I'd like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ, because without him, nothing of this is possible. So thank you, Jesus. Also like to thank South Friendship Ideal, Principal Snowdy, the leadership that you bring every single day. You are an amazing leader. Thank you so much for your leadership, your honesty, the way you lead our staff. You should be recognized every single day. Principal Snowdy, thank you so much. Thank you so much to Ms. Tacky for leading me in every single way. Give it up for Ms. Tacky. You are an amazing leader. Thank you so much. But I am so grateful for this honor. I'm lost for words, but I'm so grateful for this public charter school, for the leadership you guys have, each and every single teacher here. You guys do so much for our scholars. Thank you so much to my wife, Rachel, for your honest, being my backbone, helping me out so much. Every single day, we see our scholars in our classroom. And seeing their faces every single day exemplifies what we can do to change this DC district, to change our world. I'm so humbled. Our teachers here at Friendship Public Charter Schools are so amazing and excellent. I'm lost for words. I'm just thankful so much for this panel, these people here. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. One last thing. Back at home, my mother, who struggled with a mental disability growing up, she wasn't able to go to school, but she did what she needed to do to make sure that I was successful. I went to school. I had amazing godparents who brought me in, who made me to the man I am today. I am forever grateful for the people who stand by you, right? And our students see us teachers. They see they need people to support them. And so every single one of you guys here are amazing. You are a role model to each and one of them. So please continue to push them, continue to motivate them, continue to be an acknowledgement to them, because they see you. And they see the great things that you do each and every single day. So let's continue this journey, all right? At Friendship Public Charter School, we are an amazing team, a friendship way. We are one friendship. We are everything to these scholars. So again, thank you so much. We love you. Let's make this happen. Thank you. Thank you. I love y'all. Let's go, baby.
Rolling.
Can we please give Brandon McCoy another round of applause? And all of the teachers who are on this stage tonight. I know the work is hard, but we are so very grateful. Thank you.
You got anything?
No, I'm good.
All right, folks. Big shout out to our winner, our Teacher of the Year 2024. Oh, I told y'all they didn't care about that trophy because Brandon just got a $15,000 check. Brandon, I was worried for a second. You think Donald Hance, you think Pat, I was like, he gonna get to God? I'm like, all right, you got to him. I was like, okay, all right. Don't lose that check. All right, y'all, put your hands together again for Mr. Hance. Well, y'all got Miss Donald, Pat, Desi, and of course, y'all want to come on back? Y'all got something else to say? You got anything else? They done. They got nothing else. So I don't know what y'all talking about. So again, we want to thank all of y'all for coming out for this great occasion. It has been absolutely wonderful recognizing all of our teachers. Donald's supposed to be reading stuff right now on the prompter, but he tired of talking. He tired. You know, he want to go to dessert reception. And so, folks, we got the afterglow reception right behind the stage. So y'all ain't got to get out of this room, but y'all got to get the hell out of this room. So the reception's right behind us. Pictures back there. Put your hands together again for all of our finalists and Teacher of the Year. See y'all next year. Holla! Okay, y'all thought I was joking. Get up and go to the reception. Y'all sit down like y'all want the program to continue. We are done. Dessert time. See y'all in a second.